Good morning, Bitcoin. Today is Monday, December 16th, 2019. My name is Thomas Hunt, and here's what's happening today in Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin is down 0.19% in the last 24 hours, with a last of 7,117, a high of 7,162, and a low of 7,066. That's $1 for 14,050 Satoshis. Looks like it's heading the wrong way towards the 15,000 Satoshi barrier. Bitcoin set to enter disbelief phase. Should hodlers prep for 2.8K? A very bearish article from Cointelegraph. Of course, they do, as always, tell both sides of the story. According to the Bollinger Bands and John Bollinger, the founder of Bollinger Bands, Bitcoin is about to enter a Bollinger Band squeeze. If we look at this chart, we can see these three little fingers leading to a downturn, three or four little fingers heading to a downturn, and now, terrifyingly, three or four little fingers. We're also on the verge of a bearish cross on the MACD, and the monthly MACD is just as bearish. So we're seeing a lot of bearish signs from Cointelegraph. However, the relative strength index is not showing oversold. So again, you could go both ways, and they do include a bullish scenario saying that perhaps there's support at 7,000 and people will buy the 7,000 number, driving the price up. As it says in the chat, in other words, it's going up. I would say the usual words here are it's going up and it's going down. You're welcome for all the free advice. Bitcoin price still follows stock to flow model despite 48% correction. For those of you who are interested in the supply of Bitcoin, one argument says that the supply of Bitcoin is going down. The supply of Bitcoin going down will cause the price to increase. The other side of the argument says that it's the demand that matters, and we need to increase the demand of Bitcoin if we want to increase the price. Decreasing the supply does not affect the demand. So again, you can have it both ways. And it's the same article twice. Bitcoin buying, billionaires buying Bitcoin. Bill Pulte announces 11 Bitcoin purchase, which is a lot of money these days. I'm not denying that, but it is pretty funny, especially the early Bitcoiners, not quite myself, but the people just a generation before me would laugh at 11 Bitcoins. They used to buy hundreds. This is good news. We see another billionaire joining the ranks of billionaires buying Bitcoin. It says at the end includes Blythe Masters, Dan Moorhead, Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss, and Michael Novogratz as billionaires with Bitcoins. Interesting. I've actually met Dan Moorhead, so I guess I've met a billionaire. Whoa. A major crypto trader with sole access to $137 million in funds mysteriously died while on vacation. Some outraged users are asking for them to dig up his body, dig up his grave. This is again the founder of QuadrigaX, the once very popular and well-respected Canadian Bitcoin exchange, whose founder went to India, allegedly died because of complications of Crohn's disease. That's when we learned that he was not only the sole founder and CEO of the company, but also allegedly the sole holder of the keys. This story continues to develop. I don't know that they're going to dig up his body. Usually they only dig up things like presidents or maybe celebrities or poison victims or these kind of things. But there's a lot of money on the line, and digging up his body is a pretty quick way of finding out whether or not he's alive. QuadrigaX drama continues. This is an interesting article, not really Bitcoin related, but it's kind of the article of the day, so I wanted to give it to you guys as well. It's from Ars Technica, respect. And it says, I created my own deep fake. It took 2 weeks and cost $552. Not bad at all. And as you can see in this slightly blurry video, he's changed Mark Zuckerberg's face into Data from Star Trek The Next Generation. Very cool. Although it's funny with Zuckerberg, you hardly notice the change. He looks so much like Data normally. And something about his mannerisms, the way he talks, the things he says, also remind me, and of course a lot of people, of data. Interesting article, check it out on Ars Technica. It's in the links down below. They use software called Face Swap. Seems relatively easy to use. You do have to do some training. You give it a lot of images. You tell it what you want it to replace. Right here we can see he's got the original image of Zuckerberg, the original image of data, and the computer combines them together to form kind of a combination of the two. Pretty impressive software, pretty amazing. He suggests checking out this one at the end where they do the opposite thing. They put Zuckerberg's face onto data. Again, it works pretty good. You got to imagine this being fun, easy to use technology in the future. Kids, birthday parties, jokes, all that kind of thing, but also making the actual use of video as evidence starting to go. We're getting into that fuzzy area where a really good deep fake, not done in 2 weeks, might be able to convince a jury. Who knows? Over at Twitter, we've got Plan B at 100 trillion USD writing in. He says, Dutch finance minister caught lying to parliament, ignoring legal advice and secretly cooperating with Dutch central bank to implement draconian law to destroy crypto industry, abusing anti-money laundering and terrorist financing arguments for a totally different purpose. And as he's saying, it does seem like the anti-money laundering law is being used by the Dutch government to crush cryptocurrency. We've seen similar stories about the new AMLD5, which goes into effect, I believe, December 31st, that Samurai Wallet will be pulling out of the EU. Their plans, if they do have to violate this anti-money laundering law by not collecting KYC data, is to do it by not being in the EU. So in violation, but not in the country. Seems like a good idea in general. It does seem like these laws are coming down the pike fast. That's also perhaps why you see Brexit in such a hurry to get out of the EU before January 31st. I've heard a lot about, what is it called? Inheritance laws, new tax laws that the EU is putting through to wipe out tax shelters. And that might be the real reason behind the whole Brexit hurry, because Boris is dead set about December 31st. We'll see if he makes it. I had some fun last night. I bought a wild cherry Pepsi at a vending machine, and I was rewarded by getting some Pep Coin. And it's pretty funny at first look. You might think this has something to do with rare Pepes or the whole Pepe movement. But no, it's just a Pepsi coin. It doesn't even have a blockchain. It's just another promotion. But I agree with one of the commenters who said we're really reaching the mainstream here. We are on every single Pepsi bottle, presumably in the country, maybe even in the world, with this Pep Coin promotion. And it works like many of the previous soda promotions. Your code is under your cap. As I tweeted here, did I just leak my Pepcoin private key? Is this the long-awaited Mad Bitcoins giveaway where you get free Pepcoin, likely in exchange for your personal details and how much you love Pepsi, but still free stuff? So if you want to, you can steal my Pepcoins right there. I don't think they're worth anything. I think they're just tricking you to get your email or something. But a great quote from Bukowski here, kind of emotional. We are all going to die. All of us. What a circus. That alone should make us love each other, but it doesn't. We are terrorized and flattened by trivialities. We are eaten up by nothing. Charles Bukowski. I found here's a palette cleanser. This calendar is for a very specific niche, and it's a fantasy pugs calendar featuring the pug dogs, at least on the first page, dressed up as little dog samurais. I just thought it was funny, just random. And a sad farewell to Anna Karenina, star of Jean-Luc Godard's New Wave films and many other great films. A very beautiful woman, a great actress. And as Jean-Luc Godard once said, all you need to make a movie is a girl and a gun. And she was definitely the girl to make the movie with. One of my favorites I would check out, of course, Alphaville and Pierre Le Fou, classic Jean-Luc Godard, New Wave films, French cinema from the 60s. Good stuff. And check out the Mad Bitcoins Fundraiser, where we're trying to support the continuation of this show without advertising and sponsors. This is kind of the last chance. If you're maybe doing well out there, you want to sponsor the show, maybe you work for a company, you want to buy a sponsorship for your company, this is a great time to donate to the Mad Bitcoins fundraiser before we have to replace this fundraising model with some kind of ads or sponsor supported model, or not do these shows anymore, which would be a bummer, or do them less often, things like that. But I appreciate everyone. If you support the fundraiser, just send us $10, $20, a little Christmas present. That'd be nice. We did have a cool donation from the Lightning Network. We had 137,873 Satoshis. So check that out here on Tallycoin. You can send us a donation through the Lightning Network or the Bitcoin network. They're kind of the same. And again, shout out to Tallycoin at tallyco.in. If you want to do a fundraiser, all you do is create a Bitcoin wallet. You copy and paste your public key into Tallycoin. Tallycoin then tracks your fundraiser, can't ever touch your money, doesn't get a cut of your fundraiser if you succeed, if you fail, whatever, doesn't take any of your funds, lets you have this nice little chart and graph help you track your fundraiser. So check out tallyco.in if you want to raise money in Bitcoin. Great service that DJ Booth provides. Shout out to our Patreons. We've got a couple of Patreons left. Thanks for sticking in there with us. You can subscribe at patreon.com/madbitcoins to support me. We have 18 patrons donating $62 a month. Thank you so much for your support. And over at patreon.com/WCN, we have 10 patrons supporting the World Crypto Network, which is also kind of me, at $58 a month. So thanks so much, everybody, for your support. If you want to subscribe at maybe $5, $10 a month with your credit card, you don't have to touch your Bitcoin. You can subscribe and support the show at Patreon. Links down below. That's about it for this quick update episode of Today in Bitcoin. I'm wearing my HODL cap today. Shout out to HODL caps. I was wearing my Bitcoin cap before, and then I was wearing my I Heart Bitcoin cap from the Ugly Old Goat. Shout out to Ugly Old Goat. Check out the Bitcoin group. We had that just on Friday. Had a good show on there right here down below. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and a share. And check out the latest proof of work interview with Christian Decker from Blockstream. He's a programmer, a very intelligent, very interesting guy. Find out what his first computer is on proof of work right here on the World Crypto Network. Be sure to subscribe down below. Share the link on Twitter, wherever you go. And thanks so much. Until next time, bye-bye.